I'm at the same time very grateful and also humbled at the reaction to my February 3rd commentary. Many with whom I've interacted over the years reached out with very generous notes of thanks, anecdotes from the past, and personal comments, which I will cherish for as long as I live. But it made it seem like this was all about me, and that's definitely not the case. My work over the years couldn't have been done without an incredible amount of support. So if you'll indulge me, a few notes on those who made it happen. Well, number one, I want to talk a little bit about past experience. I arrived at Export Development Canada with a different skill set than most. I came aboard out of the econometric modeling world, where we began with raw data, we cooked up a story based on the salient facts of the day. Well, that grounding enabled our EDC team to make forecast decisions that have often been contrary to the consensus. And mostly they came out right. And if I sound surprised, well, that's just the industry, right? I salute those I worked with and under at the Conference Board of Canada for all that they taught me. It was very instrumental to my work here. Well, number two, Mr. Stephen Polaz. He was chief at EDC before me and brought me in to be his deputy, the greatest career compliment I'd ever received to that point. Well, among the chief gifts he gave me was the knack of communicating with business audiences. Stephen's parables and analogies were genius, and he was a tough act to follow when he handed me the chief role in 2008. His prep more than got me through what proved to be the most challenging year in my career. What boots to fill, and what a year to do it in. Well, number three, the core team, or I refer to them as my family. In keeping with having some of the best team name acronyms in the building, can you beat EPIC? I'm blessed to have worked with bright-minded, hardworking, socially conscious, family-oriented people who really have become family to me. I couldn't possibly have fronted our work without the well-oiled machine creating, challenging, honing, innovating incessantly. It's hard to leave you, and I miss you all terribly already. And I thank you for all you've done and put up with over the years. Now, a very special shout out to my assistant Tina, that lovely voice on the other end of customer phone calls. She has been a mainstay for me in almost all of my years at EDC, managing chaotic schedules and making sure I was always where I needed to be. So, my dear team, keep up the great work and the culture. Well, fourthly, I'd like to thank key supporters. Life in the fast lane has meant working with employees who are highly motivated and prepared to take on something new with only a moment's notice. The column you're reading right now relies on copy editing, translation, and video production support, made up of a crack team of super smart, quick acting, and very patient people to whom I'll always be endeared. EDC's awesome marketing team deserves high praise for the years of solid support they've given to all my external activities. Finally, my work would have been impossible without the direct support of a lengthy list of senior EDC leaders over the years who've consistently stood behind me and made sure that I had the bandwidth to, well, just tell the truth. I'm ever grateful to you all. I'd like a particular shout out to my leaders. Travel took me away from the office a lot. Thankfully, I've been blessed with a rock-solid, loyal leadership team who work tirelessly to keep the ship upright. One in particular is a name you may actually never have heard, working in the background and essentially running the economics team for the last 4 years, maintaining rock-solid, quality products and creating a culture whose scores were the envy of many teams at EDC. Well, words can't express how grateful I am to have enjoyed your support and friendship over the years. Well, number 6, not down on the list for any other reason than to underline the importance, is you, our customers. We do it all for you. That's no joke. But there's another dynamic. As Jackson Browne famously said, you have the power over what we do. You can sit there and wait, or you can pull us through. You know that you can't go wrong. Without your support, no organization, no stand-up economist is going to go anywhere. I deeply appreciate the support and encouragement you have consistently offered me over many years, and the trust that you have shown, with many inviting me in to advise your senior leaders on global, trade, and other strategic issues. You've made my work a delight, And my hope is that you continue to prosper wildly as you harness the dynamic of global growth. Go for it. Well, finally, I want to highlight Stuart Bergman. Here's a name that you're going to hear a lot more over the coming weeks. Stuart and I have worked closely together for most of my 17 years at EDC. He architected the team structure we have today, then moved across to other teams at EDC to get more rounded experience. Now, thankfully, we were able to lure him back just in time. As EDC's Deputy Chief Economist, he's been doing my chief duties since late last fall, and he's been acing it. Be assured that you'll get stellar customer service from him. Best wishes, Stu. Go get him. The bottom line? As the credits of the movie have rolled, again, I'm reminded that it's people that make every act work. I've been richly blessed to have been surrounded by a large number of wonderful people. Space doesn't permit giving credit to all. The support that I've received, the encouragement, goes far and wide across EDC and actually across Canada. I can't thank you enough, and I wish you all God's blessing. You've enabled me to serve in the way that I have, and it's made all the difference. Well, for the next column, it's up to you, Stu. I'm signing off now. Thank you so much for everything over all of these years. Adios, goodbye, adieu. Until next time, I'm Peter Hall.